Hi, I was asked this problem today at Zoom, and it's the joke problem from section 4.4, and I goofed up on it and then got myself thinking. Now, there's this problem that 0, and then we have the square root down here of x, which would be 0 in the denominator. So let's just ignore that just for a second, and then we'll come back on that. And so that happening is actually a Calc 2 problem. They're going to show you how to do that. But if I just continued on and just ignored that for a second, because this reduces 52 x to the 7 halves divided by x to the half would be 52x to the third, right? Because that's 3.5 minus half. So this is 52 x to the third minus 66 x to the 2.5 minus half is 2, plus 22. 1.5 take away half is 1 dx. So just kind of ignoring that fact, after I reduce it, it's not a problem, right? And then I'm gonna, when I take the antiderivative, and here's where I made my mistake. So I didn't make a mistake on the antiderivative. I did wonderfully there. Where I made my mistake, as I said, 52 divided by 4 is 26. But 52 divided by 4 is 13. And then when you do the up bound minus low bound, so we get 13 times 1 minus 22 times 1 plus 11 times 1 and then minus 0, right? Each one of these are 0. And so when you do the math there, 13 minus 22 plus 11, you get 2. And so then the problem there would read, there are only 2 kinds of people in the world, those who know calculus and those who don't. Because of that 0 thing, what you're going to learn in Calc 2, for you that are interested, is they're going to show you to put a limit on here. And they're going to say as a goes to 0, and then you're going to have, instead of 0 there, you're going to have a. And then you're going to do the same thing. So you have this 52, reduce it, right? And then you'll do your derivative, your antiderivative, and so you would get 13 x to the 4th minus 22 x to the 3rd plus 11 x to the 2nd, but instead of you go from a to 1, and you have this limit as a goes to 0 out here, right? And then you do your up bound minus your bottom bound. So this is 13 minus 22 plus 11, right? Minus. And then this is 13 a to the 4th minus 22 a to the 3rd plus 11 a to the 2nd. And you're going to do the limit as a goes to 0 as we get closer and closer and closer to 0, right? So this doesn't have a in it. So this is 2. And here, because this is a polynomial, it's okay to substitute in a is 0, right? So when you plug in a is 0, you get minus 0, and you get 2, right? And so because this becomes 0. There's others that it won't work out for when you do the limit, and you'll get undefined or whatever have you, and that's okay. And so anyway, so that's just a sneak peek at what you will see later on. Because this was at the end, right, and if you think of it as an area kind of thing, and you think about getting closer and closer and closer to 0, anyway, so that's it's great. Okay, so we did a lovely job on it. We overdid it, and the mistake I had made in the Zoom and could not figure out was 52 divided by 4. I was not getting that right. And so things weren't turning out right. And so I said, hey, we have to stop doing this problem and go on to something else. And so here it is. Okay, bye-bye.